Welcome to Entrepreneurs International Network, where entrepreneurs learn, network, and grow. I'm Roger Killen, the organizer. Today, Kat Halushka and Kimberly Carson-Richards are training us on how to get 5 new clients in the next 30 days without a website, a team, or advertisements. Kat, I have got 2 questions that will help us get to know you a little better. My first question is this. What is your greatest accomplishment?
There are just so many, but the one that's the most recent that I love talking about is I actually helped one of my coaching clients get to 180K in just 2 months. So I still remember receiving that message on my messaging group and him saying that it was in January, first week of January, and he sent me a message and he said that it is just beginning of January and he's starting the year with $187,000 worth of secured contracts for that year. And to me, those are really the moments that make me feel fulfilled. Like I'm on purpose. I'm doing what I'm meant here to do. I'm helping others create freedom. I'm helping others create a successful business. And really that's as a coach, that's all I can wish for.
Beautiful.
Getting those results for clients.
And your second question is this. What is the biggest challenge you've had to overcome?
Well, coming from Russia to Canada, honestly, it wasn't my decisions. It was my parents' decisions to move from Russia to Canada. They just wished better life for me and my brother. And that was many moons ago. But when I did come to Canada, I had a vocabulary of about, 100, 150 words. And just for comparison, for those of you who are like, can't even imagine what that feels like, it's like talking to a 2-year-old. An average 2-year-old has a vocabulary of about 100 words. And having that and starting my life from scratch, and then knowing that I had a calling and a passion and I wanted to start a business, it was quite a journey. So that's probably the biggest one.
Thank you, Kat. Kim, I've got 2 questions for you, and it's quite okay if you keep your answers a little bit more concise.
Yes.
First question, what impact would you like your life to have?
To be an inspiration to other people. I mean, you see it, be fearless in pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. I want to inspire and motivate other people. Be an impact maker. That's what's on Kat's shirt. Mine is Team Impact. That's our organization, all of our team. We are here to make an impact, ripples of impact on other entrepreneurs so that they can, pay forward their purpose and passion into the world.
Beautiful. Lovely, lovely motive. Question number 2, and the last question. What's the best piece of advice you would like to give to new entrepreneurs?
Definitely. Build your business around your life. Don't buy into the hustle and grind mindset. It is not necessary. It will burn you out. It'll make you sick. Decide what are your non-negotiables, and then you build your business to support that, because that's life, right? Like, spend time doing the things that you really love instead of getting caught up into all the shoulds and coulds and woulds that you hear gurus telling you about. So.
Great advice. Now, participants, if you have questions during Kat and Kim's talk, would you type them into the chat, and I will interrupt Kat and Kim during their talk and pose your questions to them. Secondly, you're going to be sent a link to the recording of this talk, ideally before I go to bed. I'm Pacific time, and right now it's 5 o'clock, so we got a few hours. But nevertheless, I encourage you to take notes. The simple act of taking notes is going to increase what you absorb by as much as 30%. Kat and Kim, are you ready to wow us? Are you ready to rock the stage with your wisdom?
We're ready to go.
Then take it away. The stage is now yours.
Thank you so much, Roger. All right, so we have 3 things we want to share over the next hour. So we're going to talk fast so we end on time. And I want to share with you what those 3 things are. So how you can consistently generate high-paying clients without worrying about competition or spending money on advertising, like Facebook ads, tech, or social media marketing. In fact, we didn't even have a website for 6 months while we were growing our business. The second thing we want to share is the fastest way to get past 100K in your business. So, and here's the thing, we don't do fluff and filler. We're only offering high value information that you can implement right after this session. So we don't really buy into that mindset of we're going to try and gatekeep information from you. And then the third thing that we'll leave with you at the end is how the one strategy will let you work less and do more of what you truly love. Like I talked about, that's really one of our core values, is build a business that supports your life, not, you know, sacrifice your life to build your business. And so now, before I get started though, I have a favor to ask everyone here. When we say something that you're like, my mind just like exploded, or I had like a new realization or takeaway, in the chat, drop #nugget for us, because then we can go back after and see like, okay, like this was really high value for the audience. And we know that's what we need to continue paying forward in our presentations. And we know that it is landing and resonating with you. Plus, we feed off your energy. For those of you that have done some speaking, virtual is very different than in person. So the energy you can give us by participating in the chat will really fuel us over the next 60 minutes to really bring our A game to the table. So
Kim, did you say nugget, N-U-G-G-E-T?
#nugget. Yeah, like a nugget of insight, a nugget of inspiration, a nugget of, you know, a takeaway, whatever that may be. Yes, got it. Thank you, Earl, right there. So that we know you're with us and that you're not distracted by other tabs open on your computer. So close the tabs, get your pen and notepad ready and ready to go. So now you learned a little bit about us just from you, if you were here early with us, but just we'll introduce ourselves first. So my name is Kim Carson-Richards. I'm one half of the founding team of Profitable Impact Academy. Kat and I have been working together for approximately 3 years. It's going to be our 3-year anniversary in July. And I am a teen mom turned CEO and a recovered corporate 9-to-5 employee. I love entrepreneurship and I love paying forward what I have learned about how you can really build your business without having to go live every single day or pay for Facebook ads or all of those kinds of things. And so let me pause for a minute so Kat can introduce herself and then we'll dig in.
And I'm Kat. I'm the second half of Profitable Impact Academy. And I feel like doing this little story, like I'm Kat and I'm recovering workaholic because really that's what it is I came from a background working 80, 100 hours a week and really barely even sleeping. I came from a background of drinking anywhere from 6 to 8 Red Bulls a day, ton of coffee, and being proud to wear that badge of honor of being a workaholic. So I'm excited to show you today that it doesn't have to be that way. Really, I'm a marketing nerd and nerd in general. I used to own a web design studio, and that was just one of my 5 businesses. And I spent the last 10 years trying and figuring out the marketing strategies that actually work for beginning entrepreneurs. So why I say beginning entrepreneurs, because when you start a business, it can be hard. And there's so many strategies out there that are just getting hammered at you. And everybody says it's the one way and the one thing, right? But the truth is, how can you grow a business when you don't have funding, you don't have capital, nobody's investing in you, you're not investing in yourself, you know, $50,000, $100,000 to start a business. You don't know how to do Facebook ads. You don't need a website. You don't have a team, right? So how can you grow a business without all those things that looks like you need in order to have a successful business? So that's what we're really going to be diving into today. I'm really excited. I see some familiar faces here. And like Kim said, this is really our jam. We'll love coming on and teaching the things that we learn along the way. In those 5 businesses that I built, 2 of them succeeded and surpassed 100K mark within 4 months using these same strategies. So those are the strategies we're going to be sharing today. 3 of them, one I closed down and the other 2 really failed because I did end up investing tens of thousands of dollars into coaching program, into ads, into teams. And frankly, it just took the companies to the ground. So we're going to show you how not to do that today, right? And it's all about exchange of energy. So the more you're involved with us in this training, the more we're going to give you, okay? Because otherwise we all see that when there's no audience, it's really easy to start going down and dropping your energy and looking down and reading at my book. Let's not do that. Let's pump this out. Let's make sure that you are getting a ton of value today. And This is why you have the opportunity to ask questions, to find the chat button, make sure that you can ask questions, find the comment window, and let's dive in.
All right. So the first thing I promised you we would share today is how you can consistently generate high-paying clients without, tech and advertising and social media marketing and posting on Facebook every day. So true story, 4 years ago, before I met Kat and I started my very first business. So I made the decision to quit my job cold turkey. I handed in a 1-month notice because I realized I was no longer living my purpose for a really long time. Although I liked my job and it was a high-paying job, I was a furniture buyer for Canada's largest furniture retailer. I was just so tired of feeling like I was banging my head against a wall in my corporate job. And I made the decision to start my first business. So I thought I knew everything. I had been doing marketing and sales for many, many years. And what I quickly learned is that advertising for yourself is very different than working with a team and advertising for a large corporation. And so I did these things that I kind of heard and I attended a lot of free trainings. And so I launched a Facebook business page and I was posting on social media every single day. And I thought, well, I really need a website. So I spent hours and hours researching how to build a website, which wasn't very good. And I'm sure if Kat saw it now, she'd probably laugh at it because that's what she used to do for a living. And then I was like, I know I'm going to launch my first course. And so I tried to use social selling methods to launch a course. And I was devastated when I had 0 sales. So I now had, my first 90 days in business. I didn't really know how to get clients for my life coaching business. I had done all the things that I heard were supposed to work and they weren't working. And the next thing I realized after I spent kind of 2 weeks sleeping on my couch and Netflix binging to escape a little bit, I was feeling stuck. The next thing I realized is I really needed to build my audience. That's the biggest thing is how do you find and get clients? Well, you need to build an audience. How do you build an audience? You start speaking. So first thing I want to say is I actually didn't like public speaking. I was really nervous to get on stage. I am not a natural born speaker, as some people say to me now. It took a lot of years and courses to master this skill and feel really comfortable. But what I found over time was out of all of the marketing efforts that I tried, and Kat and I have tried them all, some together and some on our own, speaking like we are here now was the one thing that worked consistently. It grew our audience, it grew our email list, it fills our programs, including our high ticket program. Not only that, but it makes a bigger impact. It allows people to know, like, and trust you faster than any other marketing strategy out there. You may have heard before in the marketing world that it takes 14 to 16 points of contact for someone to feel like they trust you enough to buy from you. We find that we can have people, attend our business accelerator and go right into our high ticket offer. So I want to debunk that idea that you need 14 to 16 points of contact, but you do need to nurture and build a relationship with someone. And so speaking, here's the secret for us. Speaking is it is the fastest way to grow your business without advanced technology, without having to post and show up on social media every day. In fact, if you go find us, Profitable Impact Academy on social media, you'll see we don't have a huge following. And yet we are a multi-6-figure business because we focus on this strategy that we're showing you here today. And I really want, for those of you, I know some of you were mentioning in the kind of the pre-networking that you're really new or you have an idea to launch your business. And I really want to hit home for you how powerful this marketing strategy is, especially if you're feeling like you don't have established credibility yet in your niche or in your industry. Because as soon as you are the person at the front of the room, whether it's virtual, just like this event, or in person, there is already built-in authority and credibility for your audience, just because of the fact that you have been asked to speak or you choose to host the event. Hosting events are a great way to grow your audience. All of a sudden that credibility is already built in. You don't have to do work to build it. There's a perception of authority. And my favorite example I love to share about this is one time I was speaking at an event and I said, would you like to see why this 1 square foot of space I'm standing in right now is the most powerful in the room? And people were nodding, yes, yes, yes. And I said, great, can everyone just stand up for a minute? And I smiled and I said, awesome, can you all just sit down? I didn't say anything, I didn't teach anything. And everyone sat down. And then I just looked from person to person. And then it dawned on them, I had just gotten them to take an action. without teaching, without having to establish my credibility or authority. They all listened and took action based on what I asked them to do because I was the person at the front of the room. Just like back when we had teachers in the classroom, right? So, and one of our clients, she's in the financial services industry, and she incorporated some of what we're teaching you here today, in addition to other elements that we teach at our Business Accelerator. And she generated an additional $40,000. So when we're here teaching you this isn't just like Kat saying it's working for us, it's also working for our clients. Just like when Kat was talking about Justin, right? We see this work for almost every industry. I think I always say we've only ever had one person where we were like, we don't think that person had a sign shop. We were like, it might be hard to find stages where people want to learn about signs, right? But other than that, no matter what your product or service or industry is, speaking is such a natural fit. There's been an explosion of stages, especially with virtual. And those are not going to go away because event organizers have really realized the potential of the reach and how their events can become global by being virtual, or some hybrid of virtual and in person is what we're going to really see as things start to open up. Virtual is not going to go away. And so as a speaker, there are opportunities, global opportunities abound to get in front of your perfect fit audience. Not just any audience, but your perfect fit audience, people that you know are going to be your dream clients, your ideal clients. And so that's why we love teaching about speaking. So now the second thing we wanted to talk about is that the fastest way to truly grow your business to 6 figures a year is to focus on a single, simple, scalable strategy. So you may feel now, I know I have felt in the past when Kat and I were in our first business of your business together, that we were throwing spaghetti at the wall. Like, we're going to try Facebook groups, and we're going to do posting every day, and we're going to, right? Like, we're going to try YouTube for a couple weeks, and we're going to go live on Instagram. And we tested with Reels when Reels became all the thing. And actually, we were just talking about this in our mastermind today, and Kat's like, and I tried TikTok. But the thing that works consistently over and over again is speaking. And our clients were just sharing us, we had a Q&A with them today, and that's what they were saying is, I've had people coming out of the woodwork that I've been friends with for years that are suddenly realizing what I'm doing because they saw me on a podcast, or they saw that I was speaking on a summit, and they heard my story and they hadn't heard my story before. And they're telling me they feel so connected to me. And so what I want to do is I want to share with you, because we don't throw that number 6 figures around lightly. Sometimes it's thrown a lot in the coaching industry. And so I really want to break this down for you and show you how this can work for your business by just doing one talk a month. All right. So here's I want it one talk a month. If Kat and I only did one talk a month, we would still remain a multi-6-figure business by putting the system in place. And it is repeatable. And for us, and Kat's going to talk about it after, but for us, so we repeat it 3 times a year, and we're in multi-6 figures scaling towards 7. So I'm going to share a slide with you because numbers often make more sense when you have a visual. So let's crunch some numbers together. Kat, is that the right slide?
Yes, you're good.
Okay. Because you know how Zoom sometimes is weird and it's showing me something different.
Right. Just you.
Let's crunch some numbers together. So if you just did one 90-minute talk a month, so we're here today, we have 60 minutes, all right? But if you did 90 minutes, it could be self-hosted, or it could be presenting on someone else's stage, someone else's event, and you enrolled 2 people into a program offering that was $5,000. So at $5,000, we consider that a high ticket offer. If you're uncertain, that's actually something we talk about at our Business Accelerator, is the difference between, entry-level courses, low ticket offers, and high ticket offers. But if you enroll someone in a $5,000 program that you ran for 6 months, and you just need 2 people in your audience to say yes, that generates $10,000 of revenue. So if you do that same presentation, okay, we're going to talk about that after. Same presentation, you do it over and over and over again. Even the presentation Kat and I are doing here for you all today, we have done some iteration of this presentation probably over 300 times. We don't need to change it. Why? Because it works. And you can do the same. People that build a fresh presentation every time they present, you're wasting so much time, and you can't test if it works or not. You don't know what are the elements that are really working and what needs to change if you're changing it every single time. So one presentation, same presentation. So you get really, really good, really comfortable talking about your story and how you help people and sharing valuable content. And you do it once a month for 12 months. That's $120,000 a year. Can you imagine? Now, there'll be a few hours to deliver the program, but if you were to think of how many hours you maybe spending generating content to post on social media right now, or how many hours you're doing on other things, right? Like DMing for social selling, or, creating tons of content to put out into the world. Or you could just get on one stage a month and have 2 clients join you to generate a 6-figure revenue into your business. How much simpler would that be? How much extra time would you have to do the things that you're really passionate about? And that's truly how you start to ditch the grind of business and have more time to do the things that you are really passionate about, which may be teaching. Kat and I love teaching. We love sharing our knowledge instead of having to build ads or build websites or, build content for social media. So let me see. Thomas has a question. What if my niche is related to service, but not directly coaching? Do you spend more time speaking as a speaker? I was wondering if YouTube presence is essential. So YouTube presence is not essential. YouTube is I would, for us, it's going to become, we do have a YouTube channel, but it's not our focus. It is a complementary piece of marketing that we only implemented once we were already generating 6 figures. Because it takes a lot of time, and Kat can attest to this because she's trying to build content for our YouTube channel right now, and she keeps like putting it to the bottom of the bucket because we know they're speaking and getting on stages is going to generate revenue for us a lot faster. So Thomas, I would love to know what your niche is. You can just drop it in the chat. Only works if you put it into action how to do this. We're going to talk a little bit more. So Ina, just give us some time. We still got one more thing to go through. So I was talking about TikTok. Yeah. And I didn't plan on talking about this, but for those of you in the audience that may be introverted, I am a super introvert. So you may be thinking, the idea of speaking is a little bit scary or really out of your comfort zone. And what I want to say is the thing that I love about getting to do this, about speaking and getting to nerd out and share my knowledge, is I don't have to go to networking events and do awkward small talk. That's like the definition of my nightmare, is awkward small talk. Right? I just get to come and I get to meet you and I get to share what I love and I get to answer questions. And I don't have to do coffee chats. I don't really love coffee. It takes a lot of time to do a coffee date, right? Especially before we went virtual. But you may spend an hour with someone on a call. Maybe you meet. So here's like the kind of the old school. You meet someone at a networking event. You set up a coffee date. You spend an hour or more with them. And you're really just each trying to sell each other whatever your offer is. Neither one of you is actually really interested in buying from the other person. You're actually trying to sell them, right? That's the energy a lot of people bring into coffee chats. Can you imagine? So there's over 50 people here today. If I or Kat were to meet with each one of you individually for 1 hour to share with you what we are sharing here right now, that's like 500 hours. Or we get to be with you here. Like, is that right? Is my math right? I don't know. Math is like not my strong suit right now. I had no sleep last night. My daughter is sick. So so many hours of time, or you can all be together for 60 minutes and we get to share the same information with all of you. And you all get to be here in this collective energy and have your own takeaways and your own learnings and growth. So Brian, your niche appears to be this kind of marketing. Is that where you started speaking? No. So Kat and I actually, when we first started our business as like collective vibe, our mastermind, we were just talking about this today. We actually started, when we started our first business together, we had a membership club where it was just very generalized business information. But what happened is people kept asking us. So we were using speaking to grow that business. We were hosting events. And what happened is our market started coming to us and asking us about speaking. I see you doing it. I see it's working so well. teach me how to do that. And so we actually evolved into the niche of teaching speaking as a marketing strategy, as an organic strategy. And the thing is, this is not a new strategy. This is one of the oldest marketing strategies there is. If you're familiar with Jim Rohn or Tony Robbins, like Tony Robbins used to hustle company CEOs to go to Jim Rohn's event so they could buy Jim Rohn's program. That's how he started. If you look at Tony Robbins, he uses speaking. If you're familiar with Pete Vargas, if you're familiar with Iman, he uses events and speaking to fill his programs, right? So this is there's a reason why the biggest people in niches and industries use speaking to grow their business, because it works. And it's one of the most used, but underutilized. So it's used by a lot of the people in bigger businesses, and it's underutilized by people that are just starting out, because either they haven't heard of it, or they're just feeling a little bit nervous or uncertain about actually launching it for their business. And so that's one of the reasons why we're so passionate about paying our knowledge forward to other entrepreneurs, you know, because we want you to have success faster. Maybe you've heard of that magic number that it's really hard to make it to the 5th year of owning your own business. Only 40% of entrepreneurs make it to the 5th year and beyond. And we want to increase that number. We want more entrepreneurs to have success. We don't want to see entrepreneurs get left behind. So Earl, we are going to get into that. I love you guys. I love the buy-in. I can see like the nuggets are happening because you're all asking questions before we're getting there. So Kat is actually going to break it down for you, our profit pyramid. And this really truly is the one strategy that will let you work less and do more of what you love. So Kat, do you want to come and share with them what that is?
Absolutely. So here's the thing is, when I started my first coaching business, there was a simple concept, and that's doing one-to-one coaching. And a lot of us are familiar with it. You're literally coaching someone one-to-one. So it's just you and your coaching client. And a lot of the times I see coaches charge per hour, which is a whole different topic on why you shouldn't do that. First of all, it's just not scalable. If I were to send you personally 40 clients right now, is this going to essentially kill you and kill your lifestyle, right? Because you're literally going to be stuck there doing, not stuck, but you're going to be doing one-to-one coaching all day long, every day of the week. And you're going to be stressed out, tired, burnt out. And are you actually going to be making that impact that you want? Because in reality, in order for you to make impact, you need to make impact in your life first, which means you got to take control of your life. And the only way you can do that is build a lifestyle-centered business. So for me to dive into the whole profit pyramid system and strategy and everything, like Kim mentioned, first, I want you to understand that there's a simple concept of buyer's journey, which means every person who ever pays you money and works with you is going to belong to its own category. And there's 3 total categories. So first category of buyers is interested buyers. So those are the people who know they have a problem and they're looking for a solution, right? But chances are they're not willing to pay that much money. Now, drop me a 1 in the chat if you've met someone, you had a conversation, but then they're like, yeah, I don't know, I can't afford it. This is too much money. And it just felt like pushing them to work with you, even though you know you can help them. You know you can change their life in so many ways, or their business in so many ways, but they just simply think that they can't afford it. And I'm going to highlight think, because in reality, they can afford something that they want, but then when it comes to something that's going to change their life, they're just taking a 180 and going in a different direction, right? Is my screen showing? Is it good? Oh, awesome. Love it. So here's when it comes to the buyers, like I said, the really first layer, and there's going to be 3, is interested. So those are the guys who know they have the problem, they're searching for a solution, but generally they're not willing to pay that much money. I'm going to put it in simple terms. If you're looking to lose weight and you're watching YouTube videos with a bag of chips on your belly, you're an interested person, right? You know you have a problem, you know you need a solution, but you're not there yet. You're still looking, right? The second type is qualified. This is cute, qualified. Qualified people are the ones who are willing to start paying. So they're reaching in their pocket, they're taking out their credit card, debit card, whatever. They're putting in their payment info, and they're willing to pay for a solution. It was my weight loss example. Those are guys who are investing in a gym membership, right? That's usually the first place people buy a gym membership, because this is the easiest way. And this is the first thing that comes up in just about all forums when you are specifically looking to lose weight. The first recommendation is you got to start working out and you got to eat healthier, right? And the third type is committed. So committed people are the ones who will do it no matter what. So those are usually the people who go for one-to-one coaching. They're ready to be seen. They're ready to talk about their specific challenges, their problems, their issues, their obstacles that they're having in their life and their business when it comes to their problems. And they're ready for someone to tell them exactly what to do. And here's the thing is when it comes to one-to-one coaching, and for those of you coaches in the room, when it comes to one-to-one coaching, you got to realize that those committed people are out there, but it's only 2% of people that you meet, that you have conversations with. So if you think that your business is going to grow and scale just from you working one-to-one with clients, this is the hardest service to sell. Because in fact, that needs to be people who are willing to be seen for who they are and the problem they have, who are willing to admit it to not just themselves, but other people too. So that's only, you're capturing only 2% of your market, right? So how do you start capturing those qualified leads? How do you start getting those qualified clients? And this is where the understanding of profit pyramid comes in. So what profit pyramid is a business model of your business. Business model means it's a structure. It's a specific structure of offers where one offer leads into another, where your whole business works like a well-oiled machine. So remember, interested, qualified, committed. Guess what? Profit pyramid follows the exact principle of interested, qualified, committed. So for interested people, what you are going to have is profitable talk, aka speaking. Speaking is the #1 marketing strategy to grow your business. So you're going to create that one talk that you can use over and over again to drive people to your business, into your offers. It is crucial that you have that piece. And that's one marketing strategy that doesn't require for you to have a website or team or ads. You literally can land stages, and we'll talk a little bit more about how you can land stages, but you literally can land stages and deliver your talk over and over again. You don't need much to it. Like I'm using an iPad right now, and that's a high technology. Before that, we were just using a whiteboard, a simple whiteboard and a marker. So you don't need a fancy tech. You don't need to have a website. You don't need team. You don't need ads. You just need one talk that you can deliver over and over again and drive people into your offers. But here's where I really want to wrap your head around it. Your one-to-one coaching is going to be at the top, which means there are layers missing within your business right now if one-to-one coaching is the only thing that you have as an offer. And again, remember, the one-to-one coaches, it's only 2% of prospects that you're having conversations with. So what happens was 88% of people that you're having conversations with, this is where you need to start creating different layers of offers in your business. And really, first layer needs to be an offer that helps people take the really first step into solving their problem, aka get off the couch, throw away that bag of chips, and get your ass to the gym, right? So what would be that really first layer for you, the really first step? In other words, you'll have clients who have dream result that they desire. There will be a long journey to get there, right? And when I say long journey, I mean, for some of you, it's like a month, 90 days, a year, 5 years, depending on what services or products you're offering is going to be different. So you have clients who have the dream results that they're after. Your clients will acquire different challenges when it comes to getting to that dream result. So there's going to be obstacles that they have to overcome, right? So what is the first obstacle you can help them overcome? Once you answer that question, you have an answer to your really first offer that you're going to do at the end of your profitable talk. And that's going to be something that is delivered in a group setting, aka an online course. An online course is just training delivered to multiple people in the same time. It's longer than a profitable talk. The profitable talk is about 60 minutes, just like this presentation right here, right now. Your course is going to be about 6 to 8 weeks. So once a week, you're going to come on, you're going to provide training, support, answer questions, okay? So this is delivered in group again and helps people overcome that really first obstacle. But what do you do after? How do you continue to scale your business? Because still we know that there's 88% of market that you're not capturing, right? And course is going to capture only some of those people. So what comes next? And really this one piece is the one piece that Kim and I were missing when we had a membership. Remember Kim mentioned we had a membership, and while we thought it was wildly great idea at first, people just kept coming to us and asking for something else. But besides that, it still didn't give us the lifestyle that we wanted. And it didn't give us the impact and revenue that we wanted. That business didn't support 2 families. We didn't even have a team back then, but that business couldn't support 2 families because it was missing one crucial layer in that business. And that was having a high ticket offer. And a high ticket offer is really your premium package. It's not one-to-one, although it can include one-to-one, but it's a premium package of what your course is. It's usually longer, or it provides more support, right? Or it's a luxury version of something. A good example of that is when you think about luxury, right, is Toyota versus a Porsche, right? Or a Mercedes. Or when you go on a cruise versus going on the luxury cruise, you can definitely see the upgrades. When you're staying in Super 8 versus when you're staying in Hyatt downtown with a spa package, right? So now you can clearly see it's a different version of what you already have that provides a luxury experience, a premium experience to your customers. So it's more support. It's all the other challenges that your clients are having to get into the dream results. You're going to help them go through that. But how do you get people from a course to high ticket offer? And this is another element that I had to learn through watching, gosh, I think it was over a dozen influencers in the coaching industry, many people. And that's really understanding that in order for you to build a lifestyle-based business, this top player does need to be capped to those 2%. So you need to really work one-to-one with the top of the crop, right? The people that you absolutely love and they're absolutely committed. So you don't want to work with everybody, right? That means majority of your business will be created in a one-to-many environment. So an environment where you still provide a ton of value, where you still help people a ton, you help them get to their dream results, but it's delivered in the way where it can help you scale your business as well. That means in order for you to get people from your course to high ticket offer, a great scalable way to do it is host an event. And hey, don't overthink it. Event doesn't have to be this big thing. It can be a one-day event where you're literally helping your course people execute on something like a workshop. Now, I really want to see, let me find that chat. Drop me a 1 if you have gone to college or university or some kind of higher education. I see Elaine, Rhonda, Kate, Audrey, Nicole, pretty much all of you, right? And you have paid thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars for some of you. That's a high ticket offer. That's your high ticket offer. So I just wanted to give you a really quick example. So what you're doing is you're providing your clients with that high ticket, high support, high value program that you're going to take them through. But in order to get you there, chances are you've attended some kind of either workshop or a webinar, or someone told you about the program, you had to go and talk to someone, a counselor, right? There was some kind of marketing material. So the best way to get people into your programs is using those events, which is, well, to be honest, a different version of your profitable talk. So once you have that nailed down, really everything else starts falling into place. So again, coming back to it, you can clearly see that pyramid is based, the foundation of it is profitable talk. So it's really using the profitable talk to drive people into your business and continue scaling this. Now, here's one thing is I know we have short period of time, and Roger, he told me, he made sure, he's like, Kat, you got 60 minutes. That's all. I'm going to cut you off after 60 minutes. So I want to use this time and provide as much value as possible to you. So let me ask you this. Would it be valuable to you if I show you the numbers behind my business implementing this? Like the real dollar signs of how Kim and I implemented this and how much money we made or didn't make. I'm seeing, yeah, just give me a yes in the chat if that would be valuable to you, to see the real numbers. And I'm not talking about the bloated millions of dollars that I made overnight, because that's just not true. We didn't do that. We're not $1 million business yet, but I'm going to show you real numbers. Deborah, Abigail, Nicole, Rhonda, awesome. I'm seeing like all of you want to see this. So let's just dive in. So here's how the numbers worked in our business. Like Kim mentioned, we got to 100K in 4 months, a little bit less than that. And here's what we did. We created a profitable signature talk. And that profitable signature talk, by the way, I'm going to round out numbers like a little bit just to make it easier to math for me. It's an evening, mathing is not my strong suit. So we delivered that profitable signature talk in front of 100 people. So 100 people saw us delivering that talk. Now, the course that we were offering at the talk was $497. Pretty standard in the industry. You probably have seen courses between $497 or $997. This usually very normal numbers. So we have created a 6-week course that was $497, and it was all about how to start speaking on stages and selling from stages. So exactly what people were asking us, which was convenient. And so after delivering it in front of 100 people, here's what happens is you will have some people who will say yes, and you will have some people who either say no or not right now or whatever, they just don't react to you, right? So people who say yes is in the ratio to people who say no is called a conversion rate. So the percentage of people who say yes versus percentage of people who say no is a conversion rate. So out of 100 people, probably one of the worst conversion rates that I've ever seen is about 10%. So like out of 100 people, 10% will buy. And this is numbers that are true to virtual, by the way. This is not just in person. This is true to virtual, right? And so for us, what happened, even at the lowest conversion rate, we'll take 10%. I'm giving you very realistic numbers here, right? It's like, I'm not telling you you're going to convert 80% of the room, right? It's 10%, so very low. That means 10 people will buy the course, right? That would generate about $5,000. Can we agree $5,000 in 1 hour is pretty good? Drop me a 1 in the chat. Do you think it's really good? Like $5,000 in 1 hour, it's not too bad, right? I agree, it's not bad at all. And in fact, Kim showed you the math. If you do it over and over again, like it's not terrible. You can continue making money. Although again, like we said, the whole point of you building your business and creating impact in the world is so it supports your lifestyle, right? So if you don't want to work 40 hours a week, business model like this will support it. And here's what the numbers behind it is. The event ticket that we offered was $197. So that was a ticket to attend ours was 3-day event, right? So it was a 3-day event. It was all about how to put together profitable talk. By the way, we'll talk about that a little bit later too. And so we actually, what we did is we included tickets to the event, to our course takers, to do those 10 people. And then we sold tickets on top of that. So we sold 32 tickets. How did we do it? Hustle. Honestly, the first event was hustle. I'm not lying to you. This is not magic. This is reaching out to people and posting on Facebook and trying to figure it out. So now we have a system that works. But before it was pure hustle, is asking people whether they would be interested and giving them a ticket, right? Like it was all personal reach out. I'm so glad we don't have to do that anymore. And so 32 ticket sales generated about $6,300. Again, I promised you that I'm going to be transparent with you. We didn't keep any of that money. Like this is not profit, this is revenue, which means what we did with $6,300 is we actually just hired a team who's going to help us with technology of the event, because we're like, tech. I mean, I love tech, but I don't want to do tech as I'm delivering an event. So we just hired a whole team who did it for us, and we just paid them that money. So we didn't keep it. Told you I'm going to be transparent. So that wasn't something in our pockets, but regardless, 32 tickets, we generated about $6,300. At the event, we actually made an offer, and that offer was our 1-year-long program that helps people build out this profit pyramid. So we actually teach people and help them and give them all the templates and support them through that process until they go ahead, develop this, and on a general basis, they end up like with a 100K business, right? So they have all the foundations for it. Some of them hit 100K within the first couple months, some of them a little bit longer. So $13,000, 1-year-long program, right? So what happened is after we made an offer, our conversion rates were a little bit higher because it's a 3-day event. We're building relationships with people. By the end of 3 days, people know if they want to continue working with us. They love us. They see the value. They see the return on investment. And so there were 8 people who said, yes, I would love to be a part of your 1-year-long program. And that totaled in $104,000. And there's always 1 or 2 people who apply to our one-to-one coaching. We don't always take people one-to-one. In fact, right now, all of our spots are full. We just don't have spots for one-to-one coaching at all. But back then we had 1 person who took us up on that offer, and that was $18,000 a year. So if I total everything that we generated in revenue, I'm just looking at my calculator here. It was over $130,000 from developing those layers. By the way, we got paid that as we were developing all of this. So we started from not having a talk and not having a course and not having an event, not having high ticket offer. So we earned this while developing the model itself. Now, how do you scale from there? So for those of you who are like, cool, but I mean, my expenses are 130K. I need to make more. And I know someone who's in the room, you have high expenses, families, kids. I heard a kid now is like $1 million a year. That's insane. Or $1 million a lifetime. Sorry, not a year, which is just crazy, right? So you got to make more money. So for us, we use this model and we actually deliver it 3 times a year. So 3 times a year, you will see us doing our profitable signature talks. We deliver a course. We have an event, we offer high ticket offer and our one-to-one service. So that's how we turn into a multi-6-figure business in just the first 2 years of the business, is simply repeating the same process over and over and over again. But now we have everything developed. The first time was the hardest, developing every piece. Now it's all developed. We just stand in our spotlight. Thank you, Roger. And we deliver our knowledge to you, because we want to create impact in your life and in your kids' life and in your family's life and in your clients' life and in the world. Because if I can help you get here, I know you're going to create impact in thousands and thousands of people's lives. All right, let's look at some questions. When you create profitable talk, did the course creation come naturally? When you're saying event, does that mean bigger talk, audience engagement? Great questions. So when it comes to your profitable talk, this is something that is based on your knowledge. We have some very specific system that we use. I'm going to talk about it in just a couple of minutes. Course creation, again, very specific process, but course creation, like I said, it's all based on the challenges that your client is having getting to their dream result. So you really take that really first challenge. What's standing in their way? What's their but? Yeah, I said it. I said the word but. Because when it comes to achieving what we want, we're always going to have our first but. So I want to be a millionaire, but I'm just not making enough money. But I'm in debt. But I have a mortgage. But I just got a dog and she's actually really expensive. So that's standing in my way. Right? I want to lose weight, but I really like my chips. But I don't have time for a gym. So what are your clients' buts? And really that's what the course is. You're helping them overcome those buts, helping them deal with their big butts. That's what you're doing, right? And once you do that, the course really does come naturally. And all you need to do is literally just know what your clients are going through. And there's a process for that. When it comes to the event is designed, there's 2 ways. I'm going to talk about one. So event is designed to help people implement what you teach in the course. So for example, I can teach you profit pyramid, but I know for a fact that majority of you will have so many problems and obstacles and challenges and questions while you are developing this that you will probably not get to developing all of it, right? So there will be, at some point, you will get a question that will stump you, right? So at that point, you will have to start searching for a solution. So for example, for an event specifically, as you're creating an event, one of the things is you'll be like, when do I make an offer? Well, I have an answer, but you'll search for an answer, right? You'll start Googling, you'll start messaging your coach or your mastermind or any program you're at, right? Or you'll start attending different trainings and webinars just to find a solution to your challenge, to your question. So that's where event comes in, is really, I love creating implementation events. This is what I'm passionate about. There's different types of events that you can do, but Kim and I, we swear by being our authentic self, which means I hate hype events. And I don't want to do hype events. I don't want to do events that purely drive people to our high ticket offer. What I want to do is I want to provide so much value that by the end of the event, people are dying to work with us. And people are asking us, what can we do to start working together? Not me trying to convince them. So that's the dynamic that changes when you have all those layers in your business. Do you get a percentage of what people produce as a result of your course or training? No, I don't. Although I would like to. That's a great idea, Kim. I'm just kidding. So again, I'm a believer in creating impact makers just like myself, which means I want you to have control of your business and I want you to have 100% of control of your business. So no, we don't take percentage of our clients' results. We just help them produce those results. Is the course interactive or only with text and videos? Again, very much depends on what is your authentic self is. The business model is the container, but you still have to bring yourself into it. And I wish I could just like sit down and teach you everything and how to do all of those things, but Roger is gonna kick me out in a few minutes here. So I wanna make sure that I fit everything that I wanna teach you within the 60 minutes. I know you have a lot of questions. What I really wanted to do today is I wanted to show you that it's possible, and I wanted to show you the one thing that I wish my coach taught me when I was starting my business. This was the one thing that took me 10 years to come to. This is the one thing, the one lesson that, you know, if I knew when I was 26, I think that was like one of my first businesses when I was 26. I know that it would have been successful, but instead I spent 10 years trying to figure out and struggle and hustle and work all the time and killing my body with all that Red Bull, which is pretty much acid, and just killing my health and just living not a healthy lifestyle, not the one I wanted anyway. And I gotta tell you, I really felt like disappointment to my parents who give up everything. They give up everything to give me and my brother better life. And all I was doing is just essentially killing myself with my business. So I want to help you not do the same. That's really my purpose, is I want you to have control of your life, of your lifestyle, what you want to do, and what you want to do with your business. Because a model like that will create ripples of impact, years, centuries, generations to come. There will be people who will be talking about you to their kids. Just like Kim's kid talks about her because she sees her mom creating something amazing. So here's the thing, is the really foundation, again, is the profitable talk. And I wish I could teach you everything. Unfortunately, we're very limited time. So here's what Kim and I did instead. We, like I said, put together a 3-day event where we actually help you build that profitable talk. So you can get started on this and get started using that one strategy right now in your business, okay? So you can start going and getting clients on repeat. So you can start going and actually attracting the right people to your business instead of trying to hustle up and all those strategies and building websites and Googling things, right? So we put together a 3-day event that Kim is going to talk about a little bit about, and then we'll come back and see if there's any questions.
Yes. Okay. I just had a realization. I've seen Kat do the profit pyramid so many times, and I'm gonna see if I can incorporate this in what I'm about to talk about. So we've touched on a little bit that we have this business accelerator. So for a lot of you that are asking questions, this accelerator is going to be such an amazing opportunity, because not only would we answer your question, but we actually show you how to do it. All right. So for those of you asking, where do I find stages? How do I plan for a 60-minute talk? What do I include in my course is actually something that we touch on at Profitable Speaker Bootcamp. So I'm going to share this. I'm really excited. So Profitable Speaker Bootcamp is our 3-day business accelerator. And this truly is an experience. Like Kat said, we don't do a lot of fluff or filler or hype. We actually work with you and show you how you can build out most of the pieces of the profit pyramid. And that was my big realization right now is, so we work on that bottom layer with you. We actually help you build out your first draft of your profitable signature talk while we're together over the 3 days, but we actually dip really heavily into course creation. So Kat actually works with you to show you what kind of offer could you build. And we talk a lot about building the business around your lifestyle. And we actually touch on high ticket offer. So the only thing we don't cover is events. And that in itself would have to be a 3-day accelerator. And that's why, because 3 days is not a lot of time. And it's interesting because you may be thinking, well, 3 days is a lot of time. When people attend, they always say to us after, I wish I had 5 more days with you. This was so amazing. And so the virtual experience, if you go to profitablespeakerbootcamp.com, you can see our next dates, and we invite you to come attend with us. And truly it is a ticket to uncover how to build the business of your dreams. That is not our tagline. That is what one of our past alumni actually said about her experience there with us. And so here's what we're going to do together. We build your signature presentation, that profitable signature talk that you can deliver over and over again, that fits within 60 minutes or even 45 or even 30 minutes if you have 30 minutes. We work with you to craft what's going to be your #1 marketing tool that you are going to use over and over again, not just in settings like this, but the structure that we teach you, which is our profitable signature talk system, can be used for podcast presentations, for Facebook or Instagram lives. You could use it when you're doing IG Reels if you're so inclined. And so you will be able to use this over and over again. And we don't just tell you what it is, you actually get workshop time to build out that piece of your presentation. And then you go into breakout sessions with the other entrepreneurs who are attending and you get real-time feedback, which is really the difference between attending and learning and not taking action, and attending and learning and taking action and feeling like you can leave the event and implement what you've learned. So like I said, you will use the system we teach you over and over again. I know it because our clients are doing it, whether you have an audience of 5 people or 5,000 people, or even during a coffee date. I don't hate coffee dates. I just want to amplify my impact. So you'll discover how to create this simple, profitable business model that we've been sharing here with you. So like I said, we touch on a lot of those points of the profit pyramid and actually show you how to build them into your business. So that you see how it fits. So it goes from concept to creation, and you'll have a really clear roadmap of how you can grow your business so that it sustains and supports your lifestyle, right? We've said it over and over again. That's what we're passionate about. So here's Julie. Julie is one of our past alumni. Julie was actually from Australia. So she was joining us when it was nighttime there. She was so committed, and she talks about how we deliver our content authentically. That is one of our core values. And professionally, and we only share the most valuable information and resources. So we don't gatekeep. We don't really love attending events where they gatekeep to try and get you to go into the next layer. You're going to leave with what you need for that profitable signature presentation and a much deeper understanding of how you can I saw someone saying how you can transition into coaching services. We talk about that quite a bit, actually. So it's an opportunity for you to work on your business and step out of your to-do list, so that you can really reconnect with your vision and your overall business strategy. And that is what we see most entrepreneurs are missing. They're so busy, caught up in the day-to-day of their to-do list, that they lose sight of the vision, or they haven't even yet fully tapped into it. So we actually go through a really powerful exercise that helps you tap into what your bigger vision may be 10 years down the road or 5 years down the road. It is always collaborative. We bring together the most amazing entrepreneurs. So for those of you that love networking, you will grow your network significantly with other authentic and impact-driven entrepreneurs. And we have so much fun. fun is one of our company core values. So you get workshop time, breakouts. It's a really high energy event. This isn't just to sit and listen for 3 days and get super bored and get distracted by all the open tabs on your computer. So, and the other thing I love is because it is virtual, you can be business on top and pajama bottoms on the bottom because we are on Zoom, or you can have your kids there. So Taya said it was one of the best workshops she had attended. I believe she said she had attended 6 3-day events in 2020 and that ours was the best. And that, in fact, we've had many people say that the industry leaders should be coming to us to learn how to do it because ours is the best of the best. So if you're wondering if it's right for you, if you're a coach, an author, consultant, you want to be one of those, you're already speaking and you want to amplify your efforts, you are a leader, a thought leader, or if you're just ready to scale your business. So we have people attend that are just starting out who are or who are already established and want to scale their business faster. Now, it's profitablespeakerbootcamp.com. Now we're giving you this bonus code and I'm showing you here how to use it because sometimes people miss this code. The reason I'm giving you this is because we're actually offering a bonus we've never offered before. When you grab your ticket, as a special thank you for being here with us and Roger today, we're actually going to gift you a course. It's called Clients on Repeat. We're actually just going to be recording it this week and you're going to get lifetime access to the recordings. So we're going to be actually, the profit pyramid is actually, we're showing something else, but we're going to lay down 7 key elements in this course that will help you scale your business or grow your business faster. And you are going to get exclusive access to that as a bonus for coming and joining us at our next Profitable Speaker Bootcamp. So it's profitablespeakerbootcamp.com. Use the bonus code EIN bonus to get the course. If you don't use the bonus code, we won't know to send you the bonus course. All right. So here's Stacy, the marketing coach. I just love sharing this one because she says that it amplifies and sends your marketing efforts through the stratosphere. So if it just helps you get over your fear of public speaking, if it helps you build one profitable signature talk and extend your reach and build your audience faster, wouldn't that be amazing? So I see I'm out of time. So don't miss out on this opportunity. All right. Like Roger's going to pull out the cane and pull me stage right. All right. So you get the 3-day access to the event, guest expert workshops. I haven't even mentioned, we have 2 amazing guest experts coming in to teach complimentary marketing strategies. You get live Q&A action with Kat and myself. You get a workbook. You're going to get access to the recordings for 7 days. So if for some reason you can't attend all of the sessions over the 3 days, you'll have a chance to get caught up. Plus you'll get the bonus course, Clients on Repeat, which has a value of $9.97. So you get all of that for $97. And my favorite question is always, if you saw value just in our 60 minutes today, can you imagine what would happen for your business and your learning if you had 3 days to spend with us? And then we can answer all the rest of those questions that you have for us over those days. So go to Profitable Speaker Bootcamp, EIN bonus. If you have questions, hang on, I'm going to just go to this one. If you have questions, you can just email us at admin@profitableimpactacademy.com. And maybe Kat can just drop that in the chat for those of you. So you can go there and take a look at those. We would love to have you join us. Hang on, there we go. At our 3-day business accelerator. And you will really enhance and deepen what we've been able to share with you just in 60 minutes. Look at how much value we were able to share. So we love doing it over a longer time and really digging deep into each of these concepts that we presented here with you today. So it will say on the website when our next dates are. So thank you, Janet, for being here. Thank you, Elaine. So good. All right. I think we're at time, Roger. Thank you for letting me. I got an extra 3 minutes. Sorry. I didn't just